Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. We're now on part 3 of doing our tag book. So if you missed any of it, then do go back, and the last couple of videos will show you exactly how I made it, how I put it together, how I did the spine part, and we're now going to be starting to do some more sort of decorating and stuff. Now I've got some little sort of tuck spots and things in there, but I've got lots of pieces that I want to sort of add. So on this piece here I want to add a pull-out piece. Now these will equate to larger journals if you're doing larger journals, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert in any way. I'm quite a beginner at doing actual journals, but I do enjoy it. So I've got a piece of paper like this, and all I've done is, it was like this length, wasn't precise at all. All I did was measure it this way up, and I've scored it at 2 inches. So 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and that was the bit that was left over, which isn't quite right, but that's going to be fine because that's the piece I'm going to just glue in like that, so that we have a little fold out piece. Now we don't really want it in white, but you can use whatever you've got. So I'm going to, with a sponge dauber, let's get a brown one out, and I'm going to very easily just put it back on my shelf. Now I've got a whole pile of little accessories and stuff which I'm just going to put down here. You'll probably notice I'm very excited. I went to the Creative Craft show, massive great big show, fairly local to me, and I got this great big huge mat which is better than these little ones and hopefully will work really well. However, I'm going to keep this for just doing sponging and stuff so that I don't get the new one mucky. I'm using good old faithful crumb cake, but I want to try something else. I have, again at the show, I bought some distress oxides, and I might try wild honey and see what colour that brings. So we're going to have a little go with this one. Don't even know how you open them. It's quite bad, isn't it, when you don't know how to open these ones? Is it this way? Ah, there we go. Oh, that's quite a yellow honey, isn't it? Let's have a little look and see. Might be a bit bright, but we can see. Take it from here. I've got some of the old one on there, but oh yes, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I can take this round on here first, because we're going to be covering it, but distress oxides are supposed to be better at, I've never used them, so anybody that's used them will probably know, but they're supposed to be easier for blending and stuff because they're more sort of pigmented. I quite like that. It's more of a mustardy, well, a honey colour, isn't it, I suppose? You think what colour honey is. Okay, so that gives me that bit, so I've just had a little play with that, and I will be doing some stuff with them, but I've got to have a look and see what you're supposed to do with them because, as I said, I haven't used them before. So I'm just going to use some crumb cake on here to just tone it down just a bit. And it doesn't matter really what you're doing, because all I'm doing is making sure that I've just got the edges done, and in reality what I need to do is go down on the seam, or where we've folded it, and again it doesn't matter whether it's blobby or not, all we're doing is just covering it, and I need to go round this way as well, so I can just make sure that that's relatively easy. And that's why, as I say, when you see, once we've actually put our papers and things on, you're not going to see it at all. So I'm just making sure that it's not white and stark, but it's got a bit of colouring on here. Now you could use blending brushes, you could use anything you've got really, just to add a little bit of distress in on here so that it's not quite so white, because we don't want it white because everything else is sort of cream coloured. But I'm trying to show you that you can use what you've got. We're not using expensive bits and bobs here, we're using what we've got. So, or what I've got, and you can use whatever you've got. Okay, so that's given us this bit. I can take that board off now. That's going to go in that way. So I've got some papers that I cut the right size. Let me see, did I put them down on here? There we are, I put them underneath here. Right, so I'm going to have this one on the outside, because where it folds up I'm going to have the green, because it's going to go in here, and then that will go with that little piece of green there. So all I'm going to do is, let me just get my glue. I could use a bit of tape runner actually, couldn't I? That might be a bit quicker this time. Let me grab a bit of tape runner out. I've got quite a few. Again, I was gifted them, so I'm quite lucky with craft supplies. I have friends who, if they're out and about and they see things and they know that I like them, then they will. And I'm getting this on because I don't want to get sticky on the side. So this I'm literally just doing. I'm a wet glue person, as you know, but for this sort of thing it's quite easy to just put this in like that. Apart from I'm not very good at getting it straight. Okay, so that one can go there. Then I've got some of these ones which are just going to go in on the inside. Make sure I've got this the right way up. That one can go in on here. It's better. Just bring it in on here, then you can see it. I'm probably gluing off screen. Have a habit of doing that, don't I? Okay, pop this one in on here. And then we've just got this. We don't even need to do that piece because that piece is going to be stuck onto there. So this one I am going to glue because I want it to be quite firm. So I'm just going to put some of this wet glue, which is the Tombow, which is really good. And then I'm just going to close it all up because I want it to go just there like that, so that it doesn't come in over the edge, and I can get it straight that way. Okay, so now I can just open it up and make sure that I've got this piece glued nicely, and then you've got your little pull-out piece like that. Okay, we will be putting a band round this because I think we'll need a band, but that's now giving us, we've got to do our tags, but that's given us this piece. Now, let's have a little look at all of these little bits and pieces we've got. So I've got a little ticket here. That would actually just go in, oh, that's not a tuck spot. Where's my little tuck spots? I could do with a tuck spot or something here. Let's make a little tuck spot, shall we? What have I got? I've got lots of little bits and bobs on here, haven't I? That's quite pretty. I might just put that there as a tuck spot on there. So, tuck spot, all you need is a little piece that you can put in on the corner. And you're going to glue down this side and just put it there. Now, I'm going to use the tape runner because it's not going to hold anything too much. So that side and that side, so this side and that side. And I just need to go fairly near the edge take it round that way, fairly near the edge, because you don't want it right up through. If you don't do it too near the edge, you're not going to get it in, and it's not going to be much of a tuck spot. And then I'm just going to put that right in on the corner like that, and that gives us a little tuck spot here that I can put that little card. Okay, so that's that one done. Now let's have a look and see what else we've got. I've got this. I could have that as a little tuck spot if I wanted. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Trying to work out which way round it goes. There we are. I could put that just there. That might go. I don't know whether I want too many tuck spots actually. That's a nice little ticket though, isn't it? Right, let's go and let's do some of these cards first, so we can get some pieces in on here. How many have I got? That, I think that's fine like that. I don't want to have anything too much on all of them. I could just put a little piece on the top. That's our pull-out piece. We need to put something in. That's this piece. Okay, so we've got three. Put that out of the way for now. We've got three little tags on here that I've had for, that I've just cut out of here, so we can decorate these ones up, can't we? So let's have a look and see what we've got. I've got lots of little bits and bobs and stuff in here, haven't I? So, oh, these are quite pretty. Will they go? That one and this one will, I think. Put something in on here. Maybe not. That's quite a nice sort of neutrally type colour, isn't it? What have we got on here? There's a little piece on here, which is sort of torn and cut. I'm just looking at little bits to sort of fill and add things into. That's quite nice. I quite like that piece in on there. That will work there, won't it? Let's have a look and see. That can work in on that one. So I'm just trying to, I've got lots of little bits and pieces in on here. This piece can work in on there. So this is like trying to sort of show you the process of how I take little elements and things and start building it up. That will work in there. I'm not sure on that. It's a bit too sparkly, I think. So I'm going to get my finished elements in first of all. And I've got these little bits, and I've got this, which is quite nice. So what I might do on this is to take some of that and have that in the centre. So let's have a look and see. I'm not going to tear it because I fancy it just cut on these pieces. So let me get my trimmer out and we'll work out the size. Oh, I've also got, I found this paper as well, which is quite nice. I'm going to use a piece of this. Life's Journey. Oops, no, that's not the right one. That's the one underneath, this one. And I think some of this might work quite well. Those are words and things. Don't really want that. That's quite nice. That's quite nice with this one. We'll have a sheet of that, I think, because I can get bits and bobs out of there. And then up here, there's like a measure on one of these, I think. Oh, those are sort of words and things. Any words I like? No. That's what I wanted. A little bit of tape measure, I think is quite nice. So let's take this one out. Okay, so we've got some more in on here. So let's have a look and see what size our tags are. This is, does help if I get this the right way around. Okay, so the tag is, get up to here, 2 inches by, take it to about here, 2 inches by 3.5 will do. So 2 by 3.5. Let's cut some of these down then. So 2 by 3.5. We'll take this one because I quite like this. So we need to cut that just down by 2 inches, don't we? Put it up on here. So that's a 2-inch piece. And I might get another one like that as a 2-inch piece. And again, you can see I'm not measuring the length because it doesn't really matter, because we won't necessarily have the length. Now this one I will need to, because it's going to be longer. So we're going to take 2 inches here, and then that was, what was it, 3.5? 3.5. And this was the other one, wasn't it, that I quite liked. So let's do this at 2 inches. And then that at 3.5. Okay, so that's got us some little pieces like that on here. So we've got our tags. And as I say, this might go into like 4 videos because I don't want them to be too long, but hopefully there will just be some ideas for you that you go like, oh, that's quite a good idea. Do I want that on there? No, I'm going to have that on this sort of one. This is going to have, I like this actually. I think that will work quite nicely on here. It needs to come a bit smaller because I don't want it taking up the whole of the space on here. So I'm going to take it down to, I'm going to take about 1/4 inch off of these because they're just a little bit too big. So let's take this off and we'll take 1/4 off of each. So let's take, that was to 3.5, so let's get it to 3 1/4. Is that 3 1/4? Yeah. And take this one to 1 3/4. So I want that little bordering on there. And then that's the other one, wasn't it? So that can come to 1 3/4. And we'll take 1/4 off of here. Just a smidgen. That's that one. And what was the other one that we were going to use? This one. Quite like that. So we'll take 1/4 off of there and just a little bit off of there. Okay, that should be fine. So let's put, we wanted one of these on here, which I think will look quite nice. So let's glue. I still think that's a bit wide, isn't it? I want to have some of that paper showing, so I'm just going to do this with scissors actually. Take that up there. See if that'll work. That's better. Okay, so let's just put this in on here. And I'm just going to put that, make sure I've got it the right way up. It's quite nice paper. That's better. So I've got a little bit on there. This one was going to have this because we liked this, didn't we? Quite like that. I think that's quite fun. Now I could sponge it. I'm not going to because it's quite dark anyway. And I can sponge the edge of the, that's not very straight, but never mind. I'm not a very straight person, as you know. That's going to come to there. I am going to tear that bit at the bottom, just as something for a little bit different. And then we can put this piece in on here. Take it down a bit. There we go. Okay, so we've now got the basis of the tag with just a little bit of texture in on there like that. Now we need to sort of look and see for building it up. Now, what did I say on? I was going to put something like this on it, wasn't I? That's a And put that tag in like that. That's quite nice actually, because then I can add a little bit of something in on there. I'm going to have this one in on here. Okay, so let's just put that, and that can go in on the center. So it's just giving little bits of layer and texture on there. Now we had this round one for one of these, didn't we? Which I quite liked, and I might do, because there's a bit of space up here, I might put that one in like that so it comes over the top. And this is where, as I say, just use all little bits of scraps and stuff. Lots of this is stuff that I was gifted. I turned around and said I had a absolutely lovely advent calendar full of crafty bits from one of the subscribers. Lovely lady. We've become quite close friends, and she's very supportive of the channel, which is lovely. And so I have lots of lovely little bits and pieces that she gifted me. Oh, that was the other bit, wasn't it? Quite like that on there. Bit of an angle. Not sure. It doesn't quite fit, does it? What about a little piece like this in on here with some words? Oh, I tell you what, on this we can take one of these out, can't we? There's a bit of a print on here. Let's just take that out. So I want all of these little sort of, all the same sort of neutral colours in here. Okay, that will go, won't it? It's a little bit big, but it'll work. In fact, I can have that as a little, let's have that as a belly band, sort of, so I can put something in on the centre maybe. Maybe, or maybe not. We'll see. Let's just put that in like that. That in like that. I don't think it'll go actually, but in fact, no, I'm not going to do that. I could have done it as a little belly band, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to have it just sort of down at the bottom like that. Just coming over. That's going to literally just come over there, but then I can cut that off that way. Like that. Okay, so we're starting to get little bits of tag going now. Has that come up? I think I need to trim that a little bit more, don't I? There we go. So that's trimmed in on there. Right, now, you see I've got little bits like that that I could add on there, but I don't think I am. I think I need to do a little bit of stenciling or something on here, or stamping would work. Now, what texture stamps have I got? I've got these ones which have got really nice words on, which are sort of journaling words. So let's have one of these on here. We've got journal is going to be too big. We've got be bold, be wild, make art, inspire, be brave. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Create an art. So I think let's have a look and see which ones are likely to fit. Inspire, I think, will probably fit. Let's have a look in on here. So if I put inspire like that in on the centre, I think that will work. Now I need to have a look and see if I've got a, that block will do, I think. That's, try to get that there. That's inspire, isn't it? There we go. And I want black because we want it to be dark to show through on here. So I'm going to ink this up. Now I could take it out and I could cut it, etc., but I don't want to have too much bulk. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to put that in on the centre of here. Like that. Give it a good press. And with a bit of luck, there we go. We've got Inspire on there, which I think looks quite good. So that's that one. Because it's quite dark, you see, which is fine. So the bottom part, the ins looks better than the spire, if you see what I mean, but it does work quite well. So that's going to be on there. Then what have we got in on this one? So that's Inspire. Then I've got could have a little one at the bottom, couldn't we? Let's just have Art, because that's quite small, isn't it? So that can go down the bottom of there. Oh, in fact, no, I'm going to put the Art in the centre. The Art is going to go in the centre of here. So I'm just going to have that there. Like that. There we are. That looks lovely, doesn't it? That just sort of finishes that off. And that's what I mean. You don't need anything too much. Just a little bit of something. You can add flowers. You can add whatever your sort of bag is. And I might put, you know, flowers and things in on the next step. But what I might do is do those and then come back and show you on the next stage, because, you know, it's quite a work in progress, isn't it? It's something that you, let's have Be Bold. I quite like Be Bold. Or Be What? That's Be Bold, isn't it? That will go in on the bottom, I think. So let's put this one here. So you can have whatever words and things you want that you think will fit. As I say, the Inspire is, I can see it. You probably can't see it as well on the camera because the bottom part of it hasn't worked as well, but that's fine on there. So we've got those as our little tags. I'll put some ribbon and stuff around them, or a little bit of twine or something. And I'll show you that on the next one so you can see what I've used. Oh, excuse me, my dog's barking. I see something in the garden. Oi, shush, shush, shush. Right, so let me just go back to here and into the book, and we can then put, so that's one of our little tags. That one can go in there. Then we've got, that's the other one, that can go in there. Got the Inspire bit. Then that's got that little tag in there. That's got that in there. That hasn't got anything on. I keep wanting to put a little tag on there. Just a little one. Have I got anything that would work that's sort of square? I could put something like that. Just a plain little tag, couldn't I? Which we could stamp on. I might put a little tag there. I haven't decided yet. We've got to work on this one. So that's going to be that one. And then we've got this little pocket at the back, which I can have this one in, if I can get it up. So that can go in on there. Okay, so we've got our little tags and things in on there. Let me see how far we're doing. We are right. I'm going to leave it like that for this one and come back and see me on the next one, and we'll do the next stage. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.